Hello everyone, welcome out on another stump. I'm with Phil.
Alright.
And we're on a bit of a jolly boys outing actually. We're in Shropshire and we're going to have a look at something called the Lee Dingle Bridge, the Baggley's Incline, and then we're going to follow down underneath that bridge and we're going to then go on the London and Northwestern Railway all the way down to Coalport, which sits on the River Severn. Now we're obviously from the East Midlands, so we have a look at the industrial areas of Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Staffordshire. I didn't realise just how important Shropshire was, but it was massive. Okay, so up there you've got Meadow Pit Colliery. Now this, believe it or not, this was an incline. This was a plateway. Now we don't know, do we, Phil, if this was anything related to some kind of winding house or whatever?
Don't look like a winding house, but it's a bit odd that there'd be a structure here. You can't imagine it being a house somewhere to live in because it's just basically on top of the incline.
Yeah.
So it's got to be related in some form. It's hard to say what though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can see a fireplace through there. And it also looks, actually, to be fair, that this wall's taken up a bit of what was the incline. Now, in this direction, the incline gets just a little bit more spicy. So that is incredibly, incredibly steep. So this was built in 1872. And the reason it was built was to take coal from the Meadow Pit Colliery, which is up on that hill behind us, about a mile behind us. Nothing left of that, unfortunately. Down to Blists Hill Ironworks. Now you're saying, Phil, that they basically exhausted all the coal deposits in the area and they had to come here and get them.
Yeah, well, the best thing they could do to get the coal down, but they were faced with the problem of getting across this kind of natural gorge, which is why they built what they have down here at the bottom.
It's incredibly slippery, so I'll keep rolling just in case Phil goes.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Canary down the mine. It is very slippery because obviously the bricks are still in place, which is amazing. So this would have been narrow gauge. We think probably one up, one down, maybe counterbalancing, or maybe a winding house up at the top. We're not sure. You thought there was going to be a name on that brick, didn't you?
Yep.
And it was not to be. Oh, it sounded worse than it was. So we're just getting towards the bottom of that very, very slippery incline. Baggley's Wind it was called. So I'm guessing from that name then there probably was a winding house. So if I put up rail map online now, that purple line, that's the London and Northwestern Railway. That's what we're going to be following from this bridge down all the way down to Coalport, which is on the River Severn. And that line was used to obviously take all the coal and all the other industrial goods down to the river. But unfortunately, this incline section doesn't show up on rail map online. So you can see now just how steep that is. That's pretty intense. And here we go. Here's the great reveal. It just kind of sits here, doesn't it, Phil? Now we will go down in a second, down into the gorge, where we'll get obviously a much better view of it. But if I just come to the side, it's a beautiful structure. I mean, look at that. I mean, we can't get over that because, you know, I haven't got a death wish.
You can see how deep it is, but that first road there is not at its deepest point. That used to be old road, the railway line that went underneath. Even further down. Yeah,
so as Phil's saying, this road here that you can just see, that's the old road. Now if you look through, you'll see another road. That was the railway. That was the London and Northwestern Railway. So that's what we're going to follow for a bit on the road, and then eventually we can actually get onto the old track bed. You see that car there? That car's driving on the railway basically. So unfortunately the fence does it a bit. But if you can just see through. As Phil's saying, for a narrow gauge line, which it was, pretty wide, isn't it?
Yeah, every two tracks run to one over there, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll come round and get underneath it. Oh yeah, there's another view there, look.
There's a bit of stonework here just for this little bridge.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
That's about in them days, didn't it?
No, incredible. Again, Victorian engineering. So as I said, this bridge was opened, it was completed and opened in 1872. And it ran between the colliery and the ironworks up until around about the 1930s, but then after that it was basically used by the locals to just walk over, just to get from one side of the gorge to another, up until the 1960s, and then they just lifted everything, didn't they, Phil? Now unfortunately there's you know, you can't get over it now, Would have been nice to have got up there, but there you go. So here we go. Now this bridge was always there. That's a public footpath that goes over what was the railway. That's the London and Northwestern Railway there. And you can tell, to be fair, can't you, from the brickwork that's railway era. And here is the plateway or the tramway between the Colliery and the Ironworks. That is just unbelievable, isn't it? Look at that. I bet squirrels love that.
And piers, isn't it? That are unbelievable. They're a proper job.
They really are, really impressive. There we go again, look.
Yeah, the trackbed just shooting to left, look, where the...
Oh yeah, just where that car's come past, and that's where the railway goes. So that's what we're going to follow. So we're going to have a walk down now, onto the trackbed, and then we're going to follow that down to Coalport, as I say. So we're underneath now. Look at that. It's so high, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Well, the further down I get, it's even higher.
Yeah.
Whoppers there.
They are. I don't even know how many bricks, but a lot. Incredible. Just for a plateway as well.
Yeah, but it actually built to go to...
Yeah, all gold. Here we go. So this railway line that we're walking onto now opened in 1861, closed in 1960, and it connected basically Shrewsbury. So if you know England that well in terms of your geography, Shrewsbury's pretty well connected to the rest of the country, really. And the reason it closed in 1960 is basically they'd exhausted pretty much the whole entire area in terms of its industry. Never did that much for passengers, because that's not really why the line was built. It was built to get all of the industrial goods out of this area. So you've got coal here, you've got granite down here, you've got a load of forges, ironworks, and also a lot of tile works. That was a real big thing down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow that line down. There's a couple of other inclines and things that we're going to find on the way. We're going to get some bikes out for this one. So there's the Lee Dingle Bridge, hiding in the trees, can't really see it very well. And what we're going to do, we're on our bikes, aren't we, Phil? Yeah. Well, we're on Phil's bikes. Now this is the trackbed, so we're off the road now, bang, straight down the trackbed. So when this station that we're cycling to, Coalport, when it opened in 1861, it opened just as Coalport. But a year later, there came another station in Coalport on the other side of the river that was opened by the Great Western Railway. So they changed the name then to Coalport East, so as to obviously not get confused with what then became Coalport West. And there was a wharf, and that was where they were taking all this coal and all this iron and stuff out of here and down the line, down to the wharf and onto the River Severn. Now in 1952, all passenger services ceased. And I guess it makes sense because the place is called Coalport, do you know what I mean? It's not called Passenger Port. And so the whole idea of the place was simply industry. Right, I've just been overtaken by a mobility scooter. Phil, I don't know how I feel about that.
I thought there was somebody going to bump past.
Right, so we've hit a tunnel already. That's going to take a train's head off that tunnel. Why is it like that, Phil?
It's because when the railway infrastructure were lifted, they put a storm drain coming right out of the bottom of the valley, and it used the entire trackbed, and it's actually below us now.
Right.
There's a massive pipe underneath us all the way, and I think it's exposed in some areas. You might actually see it. That's the reason for this like chopped off tunnel.
Got ya.
So it's good that they've actually kept it on top of a storm drain, because it'd be out of bounds full stop.
Oh, completely, yeah.
They had the knowledge to chuck some, some bloody tarmac, whatever it is, and you can still use it. So it's brilliant. That's Blists Hill tunnel.
Blists Hill tunnel.
Yeah, or Blists.
Blist. I think it's Blist. Blists Hill tunnel. Right. Well, let's get through that. I'm going to duck. Mind, you're going to have to duck far more than me, Phil.
No.
Let's have a closer look at this then. There were tram lines coming off where we've just been across that bridge there. Tram lines came up and over the top of here, Phil's saying, so he's actually just going to have a little bit of an explore, see if there's any remains up there. I'm going to come and have a look at this. And it's an amazing looking tunnel. It's not very long, as you can see. Again, amazing brickwork. And that storm drain is underneath there. So unfortunately, Phil's just climbed up there, and it's basically an entrance, a worker's entrance into some businesses up there, so can't have a look. But
it's the Blists Hill entrance for staff.
Oh, okay.
Museum, yeah.
So there is a museum here, yeah. It's called Blists Hill Victorian Village, where they've got loads of stuff going on. so I'm not sure. Oh, hang on. So there we go, look at that. So we're coming down. Now obviously, because they've filled in that tunnel in the way they have, as Phil's just said to me, he said this must have been like one mega deep cutting. Because it was pretty deep there anyway, and obviously that was all infilled for that storm drain. So basically I had to jump off the bike there because Phil's got Hawkeye. Through there, you just make out a little headstock. Now this is part of that Blists Hill Victorian village, so we don't think it's original, although it could be, because, you know, that kind of industry was going on here, but we're not convinced it is original. I mean, this would be perfect in sort of February, wouldn't it? But because obviously the leaves are starting to come back. We come back here in August, you won't see a thing. So we're going to follow the track bed down now until we get to something called Hay Incline Plain, which is another incline, another plateway. And there's a lot of remains there, which I'm very excited about seeing. I've seen some photographs, so it'd be great to find it in real life. And here we have it already. Literally been cycling just a couple of minutes, and there's that incline. You can just make it out. Look how steep that is. Great Hay Incline. Wow, they've added a great to it. I was just saying Hay Incline. I didn't realise how great it was. But there we go. So all we're going to do is stop the bikes then and try and get up on top of that. There we go. Great Hay Incline. Just lost the top of it by the look there. So there we go. Madeley, 1.5 miles. Madeley is just beyond where we were looking at that bridge coming over. Coalport, it's only 0.5 mile. That's where we're going. We're in the Iron Bridge Gorge, which is an incredible natural gorge. It's amazingly beautiful, and there's so much industry off of that because you've got the River Severn. Climbed up. Unfortunately, they fenced it off, which is a real sickener. So obviously you can see the underneath of it, but you can't get on top of it. There we go. You can just see the ironwork there, and you can see how steep that incline would have been. But this goes in to that museum, so obviously they've fenced it off, so you've got to pay to get in. And we are here at the crack of dawn, so it ain't open even if you wanted to pay. But this incline was built in well, it ran from 1793 up until 1894, and what it did is it connected the River Severn, which is where we're cycling down to, with the Shropshire canal. So obviously it was built in the days before the railways, so they were kind of, you know, they would have these little plateways, and then it was canals, then it was rivers, and obviously it's gone in 1894 because that's when the railways came along, and they just went bosh obviously to canals and rivers because you could carry a lot more stuff a lot quicker. Right,
Yeah, good footage here, mate.
Phil's giving us a thumbs up, which means he's seen something decent.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, what?
We'll go down bottom in a minute anyway, because you can get on a public bridge.
There you go. Mate.
Hefty, isn't it?
It really is.
Can you, is it short footage if you sit your mark? Can you see how steep it is? Can you not?
I'm going to try.
Don't drop it.
See if I've got orangutan arms. Look at that. That is pretty steep. Okay, so we're going to jump back on the bikes quickly, and we're going to actually go down to the bridge that you could just see as you were looking down the hill, because those tracks actually went into the canal, directly into the canal, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Right, so I've just dumped the bike and I've come down from where we were. Oh goodness me. It's a bit wobbly. So at the top there, that's where we were a second ago, on the bridge. Well, we couldn't get on the bridge, could we? And we were looking at the lines coming down, and here they go. If we go across the road without getting run over, there you go, look. The lines go directly into the canal basin. There. That's incredible. Now I'm going to come down here because I want to get a better view so you can actually see the track go into it. So as I said before, I've never seen that before. I've seen it, you know, where the tracks come alongside so that they would, you know, unload off the tracks into a barge or vice versa. But I've never seen it where it literally goes right into it. So here we go, look. So here's the canal basin. Now, down there, that bridge there goes over the River Severn. So this canal goes round there, and obviously they would have unloaded between barges and boats. But look at that. The tracks just go directly in. That's incredible. Wow. So I'm going to come back up to the road now, get on my bike, and come back round to get on that track bed, and then we'll be heading down to Coalport East Wharf. Oh mate, a couple of really good finds already. So we're heading down now towards Coalport East Station, Coalport Wharf, on the River Severn, and it is just, I'm not pedalling, and I'm seriously moving. Now I don't know how much of the kind of, you know, the gradient of this line has been affected by infilling with that pipe, but would it have been this steep, Phil? Because I'm just thinking of steam trains getting out of Coalport going up. I mean, they would have absolutely have to been working overtime, wouldn't they?
It's a false reading a bit, because it has to rise up to get above the pipe that they laid. Well, it definitely is a climb up there. And it's a gorge, isn't it? So
yeah, down to the river, yeah.
And that road we came down on was slightly on a, you know, slope.
Yeah, on a slope, yeah. It would have been incredible. You know, back in the day, sat in you know, the Iron Bridge gorge, cup of tea, watching trains flying up and down. Here we go. So there's another bridge we're coming up to now. Different brickwork, this one. Yeah, you can see, yeah, they filled all that in because of the trajectory. So actually we weren't even on the track bed then, unfortunately. The track bed was just to the left. Oh mate, there is that storm drain. Wow. That's an awesome bridge though. Reminds me of bridges back home, that, in the East Midlands. There we go. So it was a railway, and now it's a drain. So down here we should be getting to Coalport Station. Okay, so here we are, we're at Coalport East Station. It don't look like a station, but it was, believe it or not. So we followed the line down there. As Phil's saying to me, these do look like railway cottages. In fact, they don't look unlike a station building. I don't think they would be because of the angle in terms of where the line was going across here. But this would have opened out into sidings and all sorts.
No, because if line's there, surely would platforms be there? No, I think they're more this way.
Yeah, yeah, they could well be here. I think this is the station site, isn't it? It's a you know, online map job. Have a look and see what's going off. It's just difficult because it's all filled in, so it's hard to judge. And then what you've got down there, if you can just hear that running water, that's the River Severn down there. Look at that, look how fast that's moving. So I've come down now, Phil's up there. These are the railway cottages. The station that we didn't find any remains of, unfortunately, is just up there. And this is where the tracks came down. And I've just spotted, look, here we go. Let me clamber down here without falling in the river, because that would put a bit of a dampener on proceedings. This was the wharf then. You can see, look, there's the ironwork holding that together. And there's a bridge just across there, look. That's all that stonework. It goes all the way down there as well. So here we go. If you look at old photos, you'll see a big retaining wall on the other side of that bridge. It's now buried in there. And then you can see these railway cottages. Now down here, these are the sidings that go off to the River Severn, to the wharf. And actually Coalport East Station is basically here somewhere. Now I think I can see, here we go. I reckon that's a track. Maybe that's a track going off there. There's another bridge here. And there's a wheel there, obviously that's to signify something. Let's have a look and see if we can't find. I'm off my bike now. Phil's tyre's going down slightly, so he thinks he might have a puncture. Nightmare. It's hella muddy underfoot, and it's all been re-landscaped around here, so that's a bit annoying. And I'm looking at the bridge now, and even the bridge looks like it's been totally reconfigured and restructured. So I think those railway cottages are probably the last of the remnants, really. See, there you go, look. You can see that's been rebuilt. But this was the site of Coalport East Station then. If I come round, see if there's anything around here. Sometimes you find with these walks they have, like, you know, commemorative bits and bobs, but there's some more cottages, look. They're probably railway related, to be fair, as well. Searching for a platform. Don't think it's going to happen. So that's us. Just a short one from Lee Dingle Bridge down on the London and Northwestern Railway to Coalport East Station, Coalport Wharf. Amazing. Phil's got a puncture though, so I'm going to go back and let's see if we can't get a puncture repair kit. As always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.